KWTN 100.9 FM. You are listening to The Big Voice. We have another good episode of Big Voice Sports that was going to be coming in here. So with that, we're going to turn it on over to our host with the most.
All right. Good evening, everybody. It is the Big Voice Sports Show, episode 5. We are here today to discuss the past week's sports around the res and also some sports that show a lot of interest around here in these parts here. We talk about football, we talk about basketball, we talk about wrestling, and we also talk about volleyball sometimes and golf, just a lot of the sports that are here in Winnebago for our youth to do. So
What episode is this?
this is episode number 5.
So it's a nickel on this one, huh?
Yes, a nickel.
Yeah, we just started it not too long ago, man. Appreciate Coach Q for doing that. And Bessami, give us your introduction.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Bessami, the Winnebago Communications Office Manager.
Yeah.
Glad to see you all. It's been a week.
Well, first of all, before we get into the sports here, before we get into the nitty gritty, we want everybody to kind of buckle in their seatbelts and stuff because there's a lot of things happening in the sports world. But we had a big holiday event happen this past weekend. How was your guys' holiday?
Holiday was great. I mean, the kids got everything they needed and wanted. Grandkids were all happy and excited.
Yeah.
Love to see the smiles on my kids and my grandkids' face. Love to see my parents, having a good time and everything, So,
did you throw it down on the grill?
Actually, we cooked up, but not on the grill. We made some pozole one night. We had a baked potato bar with all the fixings one night.
For sure.
I cooked up a brunch with a lot of Mickey Mouse pancakes one afternoon. So,
what's a Mickey Mouse pancake?
Oh, just a big pancake with 2 little pancakes for ears, and then you decorate it up however you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then our Christmas doesn't really end until after the 27th, though, because my little brother Willie, shout out to him, celebrated his 35th birthday last night.
Mr. Willie Bass.
Happy belated birthday, Willie.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah,
doing the thing at HCI Community Impact Engagement over there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a nice dinner at Crave last night. Don't get to go up there too often to Crave, but it's always some good food up there.
I got a question for you.
Yep.
So, you know how you make pancakes?
Yep.
And you put too much syrup on it? Is there a limit? Is there like a guidance on that?
On the syrup?
Yeah.
Well,
you have to have half and half, or is it? Because they say, do you want some pancake with your syrup when I do it?
Oh, when you do it?
Yeah.
Oh. I do little bit syrup. a lot of peanut butter, which is a little bit syrup.
I never had that yet.
I have. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I only had
especially
it one time.
Especially
Bucket
when the pancakes was hot.
Yeah.
That's when it tastes the best.
Bucket list here.
Yes.
For the first time ever, I had chicken and waffles.
Oh, chicken and
Nice.
waffles.
Yeah, that was not too long ago here when I turned my birthday, somewhere around there. It was pretty cool, man.
That's a good athlete dinner.
Put chicken and
Chicken and
waffles?
Yeah,
waffles.
chicken and waffles.
For sure. Okay, so we'd like to welcome in those folks that are going to be tuning into episode 5 of Big Voice Sports Talk Show here. We have a call sign, and we are going to turn it over to DJ Bessami.
Yes, this is the Big Voice Radio. We are in episode 5 of Big Voice Sports Talk Show. And we are on KWTN 100.9 FM.
Okay, now let's before we get into the episode again, I apologize here, Q. I know we have jam-packed agenda and a lot of things to talk about. Bessami said that she's been watching sports, so we're getting, you know what I mean? She's getting all the ways. We do have a gift to give away. Can we show that? We just hot off the press, literally hot off the press, just delivered here about 20 minutes before we went on air, is right there. The Big Voice shirt that Q is and Bessami are showing here. Now, if you want to win one of these brand new shirts, the other color was gray. And I wanted to have black because I wear a lot of, long sleeve, and it goes good underneath.
Black goes with anything.
Yeah, it goes good underneath the dress shirts, whatever, you know what I mean? The jerseys, anything like that. But if you want to win this T-shirt, is there a question that they can pose out there or anything like that we can give them?
Okay. I got a good one.
Let's do it.
This is a very interesting one too, okay?
Okay.
So, to win this T-shirt, the new Big Voice T-shirt, this is what we need you to do. If you're on the Winnebago Big Voice Facebook page, we need you to put a comment in there.
Okay.
The comment that we need is, here's what we're looking for. Where is the furthest place that you've ever played a basketball game in? It doesn't have to be a school game or a college game. It could just be a pickup game. Okay, it's the reason why I brought that one up is because I posted that a few months ago.
Yeah.
And I got some really good answers on that.
Oh, yeah?
Where the furthest, I'm talking, we got people that went into the military that are playing basketball in Iraq, that are playing basketball in Germany.
Yeah.
And these are locals from our tribe that traveled off so far to play basketball somewhere, And so that's the question of the day. Where is the furthest that you've ever played a pickup game or a regular game of basketball?
It's got to be basketball.
It's got to be basketball.
Because we're in basketball season.
Yes, sir.
And then when we hit fall season, we'll ask the football. When's the first game you played football?
Yes, sir.
Or pickup.
We'll do that.
Played 500, whatever it may be with the football. Like I said, I have that story about Germany talking about, you know what I mean? They said, why you guys call our football? Because their football is
football.
Football.
Is soccer.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
Huge said, does Rucker Park without a ball count?
Yeah. Hey,
is that New York?
It does count. The reason why Eugene say that is because I think he went there without a ball because nobody passed him the ball. Hey,
one of our commentators.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Coach Huge out there. He's bringing some kids back from Omaha on a field trip. So shout out, guys. I know you're listening to us.
Safe travels.
Right, for sure. Okay. Topic number 1. What do we have?
Okay. What we're going to do before we get into the topics, first and foremost, I'd like to give a huge congratulations to the Omaha Nation boys basketball team for champing out up at LNI. So
Dakota Nation Invitational.
Yeah, so the Omaha Nation girls team took second place. Okay?
Dang, nice.
They did pretty good.
Okay.
But the Omaha Nation boys team, they brought that hardware back to Nebraska.
Yeah, congratulations,
Where that
guys.
hardware belongs is back here in Nebraska.
All right, awesome.
So shout out to those guys. And also, I also heard that the Omaha Nation's cheer squad won the Golden Pom Poms Award.
Dang.
So they're Ricky Sheridan down there.
Yeah.
He's a former.
Coach Bass is also down there, right? Is she helping out?
Who?
What's her name? Bass. She's a cheerleader coach. Dang. Yeah.
Snapping time.
Man, I know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I know my
Coach,
relatives.
she's a cheerleader coach down there, Miss Bass.
Yeah, I think that's one of my nieces down there.
Helping out.
Yeah, one of my nieces down there helping out with the cheerleading.
Well, congratulations,
they
Omaha
did
Nation.
Really good.
Yeah, from the fans to the administration to the players and coaches. Good job, guys.
Yeah, and I wanted to make a special shout out to a young man named Kenyon White Eyes. Kenyon White Eyes plays for Omaha Nation. In the championship game, Kenyon scores 41 points in the championship game.
Wow. To
bring that trophy back here to Nebraska.
Dang.
And that's a record, an LNI record.
Oh, cool, man.
So I wanted to make sure and mention this, and I'm so proud of that young man for all the hard work he's done. Like just all these years, watching him grow up and play ball. Always a 3-point threat. Well, what he did is he broke records that were held by names such as Jess Hart, Jesse White, Russ Archambault, like all these David Winget, all these big names that are still around in Indian country. He outscored them in a championship game.
Nice.
So he holds the record, young man from down here in Mason, Nebraska.
So the coach from there, Creighton Sanssouci, recently tied the knot as well.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Him and Mrs. Sanssouci got hitched over the weekend. And
him and Noel, yeah.
For sure. So congratulations to those guys.
Congratulations.
On your
Congratulations.
and your
Coach.
wedding.
Yep.
For sure.
All
now, we could continue it on. They just got to make that run to the state tournament, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And whatever it may be. If they hit any other holiday tournaments and stuff, we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and then Winnebago and Oman Nation, they'll be playing each other here in January sometime. So,
That game did get rescheduled.
yeah, so we do get a chance to watch.
That's a home game for Winnebago.
Our Winnebago boys play against the Illini champs.
Who you got?
Who I got? I got Bago all the way. What's wrong with you? What's
I don't
wrong
know,
with you?
man. Okay, so I heard I wasn't able to catch you guys. I wasn't able to be there for the South Sioux City one, but I blame the loss on our commentator Eugene because he was wearing red.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just playing. Eugene, I'm just playing, man.
No, we both did. I thought we did a good job having some Winnebago boys on both teams and giving everybody props that day. It was just a good game to watch.
And
It was.
Pops Randy
Yep.
Decora was on there for a
Oh,
moment
yeah.
while you were checking out the JV game and
Yeah,
stuff.
for the girls'
I
game.
told him to come on, man, for real, because he had some good insight. Him and Eugene. I know that they probably argue and stuff like that, but when they came on, the cameras came on and we went over the airwaves. I called Randy afterwards. It's like, bro, man. I was like, hey, you sounded pretty good,
Yeah.
and he's a coach himself, you know.
We might have to get him on as a guest here, sometime here during basketball season. So, Randy, if you're listening, I'm gonna be calling you.
Yeah, and his Randy Jr. had a birthday. We had to do a
Oh, yeah,
graphic
little
for them.
Randy.
Yep. So
When I
for
used to
sure.
work at Educare, Randy. Little Randy was in my class.
Awesome.
Seen him.
So yeah. Anyways,
Connections all over you.
congratulations once again,
All
Oman
right.
Nation.
All right, here we go then. So we're going to go and start off the topics today. Our first topic on the list is Christmas Day basketball around in the NBA. I don't know about the rest of you, but I spend almost every Christmas sitting in front of a TV. And there's games start at 11 o'clock and games all the way to the West Coast games that get done about 11 o'clock at night. So it's a lot of basketball. And then when, like me, you got 2 or 3 different dinners you got to go to. You got to have the app on your phone so you don't miss
Yeah.
no games, and you got to
sure.
make sure when you show up that they got the games on and everything like that. So we're gonna run through it real quick. On Christmas Day, the first game was the Sixers against the Knicks, and myself, I used to be a Sixers fan back in the day with Dr. J and Barkley and those guys, but since then, not really. The Knicks, kind of the same thing back in the day. I used to be a fan,
Ewing.
but not really. Ewing and John Starks and those guys,
Yeah.
But anyway, the Sixers beat the Knicks. The next game after that was the Mavericks and the Lakers. And Lakers are kind of on a slump this year, but the Mavs are the opposite. The Mavs are doing a lot of good things, and there's kind of a asterisk by this game because I wanted to talk about one of the players on the Mavs team that been doing it up lately. And on the Mavs team last night, not on Christmas, but last night, their big dog Luka, he had a huge game last night. He scored 60 points last night.
Wow.
60 points last night. Not only that, but he had 21 rebounds. Okay.
So
And
it was last night.
this game that I'm talking about, he was last night.
Okay. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched the game.
Then what happened?
He just couldn't miss.
Really?
He couldn't miss. And
get the ball and
Yeah.
everything goes in.
Yeah, and then he was not only that, but he was getting almost every single rebound, going up. And then he also dished out 10 assists too. So you
Dang.
can't say he was cheesing the ball because he led the team in assists as well. So anyway, that was pretty huge. And that's Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan numbers putting up.
So he's gonna be. You think we'll put him in the Hall of Fame eventually?
You know what? I do. I really do. He's only 25 years old.
Yeah.
He's only 25 years old, and he's doing so much. So
Is that the guy that came in with like a cowboy hat or something?
yeah.
You should have seen him.
He got out of that Camaro.
Yeah. They usually do the like walk up and stuff like that, and you get to see their fashion or whatever. Well, this guy jumps out. He's tall as heck. How tall is he? Do you know?
Luke is like 6'8", 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, he barely fit in that Camaro and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then he pulls out a cowboy hat and then has the cowboy strut. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Was he wearing the attire too?
Yeah, he was, man. It's crazy.
He's from overseas somewhere, but he's playing ball down in Texas, so you got to have a cowboy hat and some boots down
Oh,
there.
yeah,
you know?
for sure, for sure. I bet he gained a lot of fans by doing that.
Oh, yeah. I bet you people are going to start dressing like him like that, too, with the all black.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You wanna?
I don't know. I'll wear some Jordans. I'll wear the cowboy hat. And I'll put a little kangaroo on that cowboy hat a little bit. Well, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one then. So, my favorite team, the boys, the Boston Celtics, end up beating former MVP Giannis.
You're a Celtics fan, huh?
Oh, yeah.
How did you become a Celtics fan?
I always
Larry Bird?
hated the Celtics because of those guys. but my favorite player after Jordan retired was Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett played for the T-Wolves all those years.
Yeah.
We used to work for youth programs, and we used to take kids up to T-Wolves
Yeah, I
games.
remember that.
Remember? And so I probably hit about 30 T-Wolves games while KG was playing up there. And so
Marbury too, wasn't it?
yeah, Marbury and Sprewell. And then when they traded him off out to Boston, I just followed him out to Boston.
How do we say Boston?
Boston.
Boston. So yeah, well, when you talk about Boston, you got to use that Boston accent. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
anyways, did they win?
Yeah, they blew him out.
Did they win by a quarter?
139, almost a quarter. 139 to 118. And my boy Jason Tatum, I think he leads the MVP race for the year. Even though it's only the halfway point, I think he's gonna probably pull down MVP this year. And not only that, that same dude, Jason Tatum. I have a picture in my office of Jason Tatum and my nephew David Winget, and they worked out together down in Memphis. Tatum came down to the gym right there. Penny invited him down. They practiced together. They played some pickup games together and stuff like that. And they got a picture together. So I always hold that one in my office.
Jason's your nephew, huh?
Yeah, my nephew Jason.
Yeah,
Chushke.
My Chushke. Remember that, guys?
The Neff.
Yep, Neff. That's what JT. Anyway, so keep your eyes out for the Celts. And then the Warriors beat the Grizzlies 123-109. Some young guys from the Grizzlies been on social media and on the news running their mouth, saying they ain't scared of the Warriors and this and that, whatever.
Wow.
Steph Curry's not playing.
Yeah, I watched
Andrew
him.
Wiggins.
I went to a game and oh man, it's quiet points for him. You know what I mean? Like you look up and you see him score and stuff, but it's just like, and then all of a sudden you see like 23 up there and like, how the heck? I was watching the game and how did he put up 23 points?
Yeah.
Were some of those bonus points or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's a quiet scorer.
Which one? John? Oh, Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah, Steph.
For sure.
So Steph's out because of a shoulder injury, and then Andrew Wiggins is out as well, and the Warriors end up blowing them out. So all that talking that those young guys did before the game, they should have just kept it quiet.
Hey, if you got to talk, man, you got to be ready to back it up, right?
Exactly. And then the Nuggets beat the Suns 128-125, and I don't mind either one of those teams, but I don't see either one of those teams making it to the finals.
You know, it kind of surprises me. There's not a lot of Nugget fans around here,
even though it's close,
right?
Yeah,
for sure. You know,
then they're a good team too.
I know a Nugget fan. I was like growing up in junior high, I feel like everybody was wearing Nuggets.
Yeah.
But just first person that pops in my head is Rebecca Morrison.
Oh yeah,
she was a Nuggets.
Do you know a lot of Timberwolves fans?
I don't.
See, they're just up the hill too.
I even got to go to one of those games up there. They played the Knicks.
Oh really?
In Minneapolis.
Yeah,
that's good.
Pretty interesting. So, who do you got in the final? Is it too early to tell yet?
It is too early, but
because it's June, right?
Yeah, I do have my favorites already. You know, I think in the Eastern.
We're gonna go look back at episode 5, back in December, and who do you got in the championship?
Okay, so I got I say the Celtics and the Bucks are gonna be in the East.
The Bucks, really?
And then I think I say the Warriors. They're probably going to end up playing. Oh my goodness, could just be anybody. I say the Warriors end up playing the Phoenix Suns in the West, and then it's going to be a repeat with the Warriors and the Celtics. And the Celtics are going to win this time.
This time.
Yeah, this time.
Do you know who won last year?
The Warriors?
Yeah, babe. Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding,
for
ding.
sure,
Yes.
for sure. Who'd they play, though?
I don't know. She got me there.
I just now told you. When I said they're gonna
Just
win
in
this
one ear
time.
and out the other.
I don't know.
I was just so happy that I got that first one right.
Gary, your face is red.
Anyway, keep going.
Okay, so anyway.
We got to do station identification.
All
Go
right, let's
ahead.
go.
Yes, so this is KWTN 100.9 FM, Allen, Nebraska. It's the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe. Episode 5, Big Voice Sports.
We are discussing the Xmas Day Basketball NBA, National Basketball Association games. And we found out a lot this one. We found out that Q is a Celtics fan.
Yep.
If you didn't know, maybe visit him on his page. Do you have a Coach Q page, or is it just Quince Bass?
It's just Quince Bass.
Okay, so make sure you go, and if your team faces his team, maybe are you taking any bets or anything?
No, I'll always take a bet on the Celtics. I will. Especially this year, I'll take bets.
Okay, next topic.
All right, we're gonna move into the next topic. Right before that, I want to give one shout out. My little girls on their way back from Omaha. Jesse, Karen Lynn, shout out to you. Say hi to you. You guys get home safely. All right.
The O.
Subject number 2 is the NFL football standings out. So there's,
Now we're talking.
now we're talking here. So we're going I'm just going to say the top of the AFC and the top of the NFC.
Okay.
So there's a number of teams. The Bills are 12-3. The Dolphins are 8-7. Chiefs are 12-3. Chargers are 9-6. Bengals are 11-4, Ravens are 10-5, and then the Jaguars and the Titans both at 7-8.
Yeah.
And those are the top 2 in each division. So for the AFC, I mean I've been watching some football. I'm not really a football fan, but I'll sit and watch it because my boys are. And my son Raheem, his favorite team is the Chiefs, and I think Bethany likes the Chiefs too, right?
I like the Cowboys.
Oh, the Cowboys, that's right, huh? Okay, so I have the 2 main teams coming out of the AFC. It's going to be the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Woo, what about the Bills, though? Hold up.
Somebody's
Stop the presses.
Somebody's going to get beat. Somebody's
Buffalo
gonna get
Bills?
beat. So,
Seriously?
So if the Chiefs have to play the Bills, just say that because they're up in the East and the West up there in the AFC, if the Chiefs got to play the Bills, I'm probably going to lean toward Pat Mahomes. You know?
Yeah.
And so...
Chiefs get the bye. They earn the bye. So there's only one team that gets a bye on each side. And Chiefs, they lock that in.
So if they play the Bengals, though, here's my reasoning why. It's because Patrick Mahomes hasn't beat the Bengals with, it's like quarterback's name for
Burrow,
with Joe Burrow. He hasn't beat Burrow yet, and they played, I think, 3 times.
That's an
so
interesting fact.
Burrow's the only person in the NFL that's undefeated against Pat Mahomes.
Oh, okay.
So
he's going to continue that on.
So I think he's going to continue that on. I think the Chiefs got to get over that hump on them, and I don't think this year's the year.
So you don't think Chiefs
Maybe
are going to
next year.
So who's going to Okay, all right. Let's go that far.
Okay.
Titans are falling apart. They got rid of their I'm a Titans fan. For
Yep.
those that don't know, you know I'm a Titans fan and stuff, and they're falling apart at the hips here because they lost their GM. Robinson, he headed out. He got fired, and the head coach is kind of scratching his head. It comes down. They play tomorrow night against Cowboys. So me. And
Oh
you,
my goodness.
Yeah. What are we betting
His
here?
team's going down.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
betting
we
like.
betting
gotta
like-
get some kind of a wager on this game or
yeah,
something.
for sure. But anyways, for the Titans, it doesn't even count. They can lose the game, and it doesn't even matter. So they're talking about resting their starters.
Oh.
Because the next week is the final game, and they play the Jaguars. Whoever wins that game is into the playoffs. So that's the AFC South
Yeah.
championship game for both of them.
Wow.
Be pretty interesting. So we'll see how that goes. I think
Yeah,
Chiefs are going to
that'd be pretty cool.
make it pretty deep into that tournament, to that Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The Bills, though, that's a tough
I
team.
know.
Chiefs have beat them, though, this season, right? Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah, they did. But I don't think it was a blowout. I think they barely even squeezed by.
Yeah.
Well,
Cincinnati, I just don't see them in there.
You don't. Well, you never put Cincinnati in. You never put Cleveland in. But now Joe
Yeah.
Burrow. He's a prover. He's been proved. He changed his whole program around. And
We were one step away last year. Don't bring me back to last year, but we lost. The Titans lost to the Cincinnati by a field goal to Cincinnati. And they had like 5 seconds left, and Joe Burrow threw it down there, kicked the field goal, won it.
Oh, man.
They head out to the Super Bowl. You know, it's like, oh man, are you serious? Anyways, NFC, the other side.
Okay, we're gonna go down this NFC. We're gonna go down the East, then West, then North, and South.
Man, there's some heavy hitters on there.
We got the Eagles are at 13-2 right now. 13-2, and I must say that team right there, they're impressive. Offense and defense. I think their quarterback though, Jalen Hurts. I think he's phased.
Yeah,
I think Jalen Hurt got hurt. So I think he's going to be sitting out this weekend, maybe. And then they got a couple games left, but at 13-2, and I think they almost got the automatic bye. So they're still sitting good.
They're good.
Yeah. Okay. Cowboys 11-4 in the same conference as the Eagles, so that's gonna be tough, dude.
Cowboys beat the Eagles. Did you know that? And who else did the Eagles lose to? I forgot who it was, but that was a good game. I watched that one.
So they're on like a losing streak.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They only lost to the Cowboys. Cowboys, they're starting to hit on all cylinders towards the end.
That last game before, though, that's what I meant. Did they lose? The Eagles?
Yeah, that's that game that Garen was talking about. But I don't know who the second loss is to. Anyway, we'll go on. But I think that game right there, if they end up having to play each other like one of the first round games to get out of that division right there, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I might have to go with the Eagles on that, and me and you might have to have a bet. Okay.
Yeah, Eagles are pretty tough this year.
NFC West though, we got the 49ers.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And I think they just now, what was his name? Johnny G. I think he just now.
Is he coming back?
I think he got hurt. Or he got hurt a couple weeks back, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think he's done.
Yeah, he's done.
So I think they got a young quarterback coming in, and he's doing pretty
third
good.
stringer guy.
Yeah,
Purdy or something like that.
Yeah, and he's doing pretty. He's doing pretty decent. Right. Yeah.
Man, they have a guy from Iowa. His name's Kittle, and he's just been tearing it up. I don't know if you're in any fantasy leagues and stuff, man, but he's a tight end. And he's just been wreaking havoc and stuff. So 49ers, they're starting to hit on all cylinders as well. They're trending up.
Yeah.
Vikings, though.
Yeah, the Seahawks is the other team in the NFC West, but they're at 7-8. So they're, kind of like how you was talking about the Titans. They're going to be trying to get that playing game or whatever,
Yeah.
Okay, so the NFC North, the Vikings have been tearing it up. I think I gave
Justin
them
Jefferson
I
beat
gave
some
them the
records.
winners. I gave them the winners the other a couple weeks ago because they came back from so far 33 down, and they're at 12-3.
Wasn't it
right
the
now.
largest deficit comeback win ever?
Yep. And then the Lions are at 7-8. I'm actually surprised to see the Lions even on this list, because the past.
They always play on Thanksgiving.
History.
For some reason, the Lions always play on Thanksgiving. It's never a game that you really look forward to. But they have a new head coach, and they're starting to hit on.
Yeah, I haven't
right
watched.
time.
I really haven't watched a Lions game since Barry Sanders was gone from there.
Dang!
That's
that's
a long time ago.
Yeah,
just think if they didn't mess up his contract, he'd probably still be playing right now. And then we'll go to NFC South, which. Okay, so I'm gonna put it out there. Even though I chose the Bengals, my team's the Bucks. I got to go with Tom Brady all the time.
Seriously?
If he's 7-8, I just pray that they can make it into the playoffs. Because once you get in there, once he gets in the playoffs, it could be a whole story written all over again. So it just depends. So
who do you got
on that side?
Yeah.
Okay, I have the two teams hopefully meeting up is the Vikings and the Eagles. That's who I got.
To go into the Super Bowl.
To go into the championship game, or the NFC Championship to play the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
Okay. So out of those two, Eagles and Vikings, who's going into the Super Bowl?
I want the Vikings to go.
Okay, so
I want the Vikings to go. Yeah, I really want the Vikings to go, and I hope they end up playing the Bengals. And that's gonna be a
Vikings and Bengals.
So
does sound right?
It doesn't, does it? All right. So then my question comes up is who do you guys got?
Okay. So I got mine on the AFC. I got the Bills going into the Super Bowl.
Bills
and the Eagles.
Bills and the Eagles.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bills and the Eagles. That's your Super Bowl game right there.
All right.
I know.
Bet.
I can't trust Vikings, man.
Oh man.
I apologize.
You got to get over that hump sometime.
I know, but they're just known to falter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who do you got, Beth?
So me, I'm gonna go with, of course, the Cowboys.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
their year this year. I believe it in my soul.
Jerry Jones.
And I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Ooh.
Why not the 49ers?
Well, I
At
got a
least the
little faith in the
49, you know what I mean?
True, I got a little faith in the Vikings though.
Little faith.
A little faith.
Little
Okay.
faith. Okay.
So your team over here is gonna win that side.
Oh,
So
okay. So that went over my head a little bit.
Who do they you think they're gonna play in the Super Bowl over on this side?
I'm gonna go
Please
with.
say who I hope you're gonna say.
She has Cowboys versus the Vikings, and then out of that one, the Vikings are going to the Super Bowl. So she put her Cowboys
No.
that are going to lose, right?
No, she's putting her
Okay.
Cowboys in for the
Yeah,
Super
I'm putting
Bowl.
them
Okay.
all,
So
all in
Cowboy-
for the Cowboys.
In that championship, the NFC championship game, she has Vikings and Cowboys.
Yes.
And she's going to back up.
I'm gonna back up because
Okay,
I
back it up.
picked from the same side.
Yep. So Cowboys
new
are going
guy.
to Super Bowl.
Yes, and then they're gonna go against the
Titans.
This guy here.
the Bengals.
The Bengals? Oh,
What?
there you go.
Bengals.
See? Coach
Man.
Q.
My reasoning why, because Coach Q wants to know why.
No love to the
They
Chiefs,
both
guys.
have.
What's
I'm going
worse?
with because they have the same record. So
Oh, okay.
one of them's got to break that.
There you
Who
go.
has the same record?
The Cowboys and the Bengals.
Yep, 11-4.
11-4.
There you go.
All right.
She has spoken.
Okay. All right. Well, do you
And
guys,
it- and
you
it
guys
is-
agree?
Yeah, she has spoken and it is said. Okay, but that's a good one though. You know, what about you?
No. I have the Bills, and then I have the Eagles.
Bills and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So then I already said that I'm going for the Bengals and the Vikings, right?
Yeah. No. None of us have the Chiefs.
Oh man,
Sorry,
I know,
Chiefs
man. I
fan.
really want to.
They were highlighted too.
Hey, I was hoping that you would have said the Cowboys and then the Chiefs, and then I was gonna say, Garen, play that little war hoop that you do on it, because it'll be a Cowboys and Indians game right there.
I almost said it.
No, that would be pretty good.
Almost. You never know. It could happen
Hey,
though. Chiefs
I
are
know.
pretty good.
And if the Chiefs made it and the Cowboys made it, and if the media out there in the real world out there, if they start saying, "Hey, the Cowboys and Indians, boy," people can get fired.
Yep.
I'm glad that we're here.
We'll be on it too, man.
Hey,
We'll be on it.
I'm glad that we're here on the res, so we can kind of say stuff like that.
All right. Station identification. That was the NFL kind of overview and our preview, talking about the NFL from a native perspective, I guess.
The football standings. So this is KWTN 100.9 FM, Allen, Nebraska, the official radio station of the Winnebago tribe. The Big Voice Radio. This is episode 5 of Big Voice Sports with our head coach, with the host. I struggled with this
There you
last
go.
week.
Host with the most.
Hostess with the most.
Coach Q, DJ Garanteed, and DJ Bessami.
All right. So yeah, so I hope
Someone agrees with me too.
Oh, do they?
Doreen, she said Cowboys. It's going to be boys against the Chiefs.
Oh, there you go.
Vikings. Angelo Leo Russell said Vikings. That's right.
Vikings,
Angelo?
Yeah, Angelo.
That's my classmate, man.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, Ange. You know what I mean?
And let's go, Ange.
Yeah. We're going to talk about this at Snyder's Pub, man.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and scoot on to this next topic here. And the topic for this next one is the NCAA playoff games that are coming up this Saturday. And the main question is, who you got?
Ooh, I
Who you
love
got?
me some college football, man. I mean, I know that some of the coaches try to make the jump from being a star college coach to go to NFL. It's a lot different because in NFL, you're dealing with guys that are not trying to earn a playing spot. They get millions of dollars just to have their name. You know what I mean? So a lot of people that go up there don't really do very well. You know, they come back down. So it's up to the coaches to win this one. You know what I mean? The players are going to put it all on the line
Yeah.
because they're trying to get to that next level. They're trying to get their $1 million contract and stuff. So it's a lot. There's going to be a lot of this is a good matchup.
Yeah, it is.
Who do
This-
we got?
This is pretty crazy, too, because in my house, besides my little girl, there's 4 of us. and besides her, us four all have a team in here. So my wife, she's from down south. She spent some time growing up down in Georgia. So she's a big Bulldogs fan.
Oh,
you know?
okay, yeah.
She knows a lot about the history of down here. Myself, I'm a Ohio State Buckeyes fan. I never miss a Nebraska-Ohio State game. I always try to get down to that game. Then one of my sons is a Michigan fan. This football team, he likes Coach Harbaugh. And then my youngest boy, and he called this from the beginning of the season. He said, "Dad," and this was like week 3, "Dad, I think my team's going to be the Horned Frogs." And I was like, "What? Like for what? For basketball or for what?" No, he said, "For football." And I was like, "Okay." And I didn't believe him. So you get more through the season and they didn't lose any games yet. And I'm like, "What?" And they get all the way to the end of the season. They're still undefeated. I'm like, "What?" Like, dude, this guy called it a long time ago.
TCU.
And then they got beat, I think, in their conference championship game, but they still made this last 4 teams here, because of the rankings and stuff like that. So
is it going to expand? Is it?
I heard it's supposed to expand to like 8 teams, like in the next 3-4 years or something like that. And so I don't know. That's gonna be kind of tough because that's a lot of football games for a young athlete.
Right.
I got a question. So I'm not very, I guess, like, knowing of college football besides the Huskers, but how many teams are in college football?
Universities, what, like 200?
Yeah.
Holy
then there's
cow.
divisions. There's like Division 1, Division 2. Huskers lost to like a Division 4 team, and that was like the end for Scott Frost. I don't know. They played Wayne State and Scott Frost
got the straw that broke the camel's back.
So there's teams like Wayne State that they're not Division 1. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And South SDSDU, what are they, Division?
I think they are Division 1 now, though.
Division 1.
Yeah.
And USD is not Division 1, but they're kind of, sometimes they'll match up. You know what I mean? But in that Division 1 category, you have to have so much enrollment. This is kind of like how what are we, C1?
Yeah.
In basketball and in football and stuff, our division is C1. So it's on your population, student population.
I guess most of the major universities, I bet you just type in how many college football teams are in there in Division 1, and there should be a number pop up. And there's a lot of them.
I would say there was probably, I would say 111.
111?
That's my guess. I don't know. What would you guess?
I'll just say 230, because there's got to be more universities than that. But anyway, while we're looking at that though, so just
Rocky Karn said roughly 130.
130.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
So 4 teams out of 130. I mean, that's pretty saying something,
Yeah, you're
then,
pretty good. But before this playoff system, like, you had to have perfection every game, because they didn't have. You had bowls, and they still have kind of bowl system or whatever and stuff, but they never had a playoff system where you put the first seed against the 4th seed and then try to play it out. You just had the first and second. They played the big national championship bowl game.
Yeah.
And that was back in the days.
And I love it this year because they're actually putting the games on New Year's Eve. And so anybody who's
on Saturday?
Whoever's having a New Year's Eve party this year, I mean, think about the wings and pizza for 2 games straight,
Yeah.
Somebody set up a poker game, get some wings, cook a brisket, something like that, and then send Coach Q an invite over because I'm about ready to win some money over there.
Yeah. Me too. I like brisket.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be sitting around watching the game and cooking up some stuff too. I got my wife an air fryer for Christmas, and she's gonna use it and make some wings and stuff.
Sounds like somebody's hosting.
Hey.
What time does poker start?
I know my wife's listening, and I bought that air fryer last Christmas, and she's finally gonna use it.
Did you just rewrap it or what?
No.
No.
She knew it. I already told her I was gonna.
All right, so we have number 1 Georgia Bulldogs versus the Ohio State Buckeyes. Who do you got, Bethany?
You know what? Like I was saying, I don't really watch college football, but I'm just gonna trust gonna trust Jess, and I'm gonna go with the Bulldogs.
Oh, Jess. I was raising my hand, too.
I know I was gonna say.
We got Q.
I got Ohio State. I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not supposed to win, though. I heard they're supposed to get blown out. But, hey, the underdog, and this is where the
How do
best.
they
We're in the
know?
same conference, Big Ten,
They could
right?
do real
We got to
good.
stick with we got to stick with our conference mates. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So Wolverines is also Big Ten, and TCAU is what is it? Is it still Big 12?
I think they're down there. Yep, down there in Big 12. I got the Michigan Wolverines in this game here. I watched them a couple games. They look pretty flawless, you know, and like it up for, like you were saying, something about going from college to the NFL. Well, Coach Harbaugh went from the NFL to college, and he turned that program around.
Yeah, he used to coach for 49ers, right?
Yep.
Him and his brother went at it in the Super Bowl at Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens versus the San Francisco 49ers, the brothers. I think it was the first time in history that they have brothers ever
Yeah.
coached against each other.
For real, like
I want to know who won it. I think it was Baltimore, right?
Baltimore won that time, yeah, 'cause
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think the following year or something like that. That's when all that stuff happened with Kaepernick, and then Harbaugh said, "I'm just gonna go over here."
Headed to
Yeah,
Michigan.
there's too much over here.
And he got paid.
Yeah, he got paid, and he's gonna even get more paid if they win.
So we have Michigan Wolverines versus TCU Horned Frogs. I'm gonna go with TCU,
TCU,
Texas Christian University.
that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one.
I think that one they're gonna pull it out there. So
That'd
Big
be
12
great.
is gonna be in the championship along with Ohio State. Big 10.
And we'll talk about this next week too.
Usually
After the games are
SEC.
over. So, who do you got out of the? Who did you say was going to win? Georgia and TCU.
No, I got TCU and Ohio State.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
no,
gonna win? Who's gonna win out of that one?
Well, I gotta go TCU again.
TCU. Oh, okay.
Number 3,
Beth, what about you?
third seed
Your Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bulldogs.
to win it all.
Yes, I'm going with the Bulldogs, and they will play against the Frogs,
Oh.
and the Bulldogs will win.
Oh.
Alright.
So we all got different winners here. So I'm going with the Big Ten players here, the Buckeyes and the Wolverines. And as much as it hurts me to say that the Wolverines are probably gonna win, I'm gonna go with them guys.
Are you gonna go with
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Wolverines?
with the Wolverines.
You know what? I'm just happy that Alabama's not in there.
Oh, dude, or Clemson.
Right?
Yeah, golly, yeah.
That's-
hey, it just be like one of my brother's posts. Yeah, geez, yeah, Alabama, yeah, gee, Clemson, yeah.
I would like to have a conversation with a Winnebago, Alabama fan. Like, how did you become an Alabama fan without jumping on the bandwagon? Like,
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
My-
like, that's
my bro,
I was born.
my bro Jason Bass. He's one of those bandwagon guys for Alabama.
we're calling people out here.
I know.
we better get to station identification.
Yes, so this is the Big Voice. This is Big Voice Sports Talk Show, episode 5, with our host, Coach Q, DJ Garanteed, DJ Bessami, KWTN 100.9 FM.
Nebraska needs to get into bowl game bad. You know, with the new rule, Coach, I hope we get into a bowl game. That would be cool. We're going. We're
Yeah,
going to recover.
please.
Yeah.
We are going to
Please.
cover that game
Get
if they
us.
get into bowl game.
Get us to a bowl
If they
game.
don't do like well, is it there? Do they get bumped out of the 10? Like,
No.
how does that go?
There's so
Sorry,
much
I'm
money.
just throwing random
on-
questions out.
Well, you mean the conference, the Big Ten?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't necessarily get bumped out. It's just more money for the university and stuff.
Oh,
if we
okay.
get a bowl game.
Cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic, which is a short topic, but one that we want to mention. The Whirling Thunder Wellness Center is holding the Winnebago Pro-Am League down here on Wednesday evenings. And I just wanted to, this is the first time we're talking about it, I just wanted to mention to the listeners, of all the participants, all the teams that are participating and competing in this Pro-Am League. All right, here's a list of the teams and who is running the team. So we got the OGs, and the OGs is a group of 35 and over men that go down and play old man ball on Monday nights.
Stands
And,
for Original Garens.
Original Garens.
Yeah. No, I'm just
There you
playing. It doesn't.
You know, there's a lot of old ball players, old alumni, old all-stars, old legends that come down and play for that old man team. And I know Eugene said in that team there is undefeated in their heart, but they didn't win the game yet. But it's just the older guys getting out there and get some exercise in, against these young guys. And
that's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
Keep healthy, guys.
And then so next team is a New Breed. This team's been going on for decades. Anthony Earth used to be the one running it, but now his grandson Trey Blackhawk is running it with all his homies. Birdie's Revenge, I think that's a little name from, what is that show called? Above the Rim. Nigel Miller's team, Birdie's Revenge. And then OG Al, Tinner Brownrigg and his crew.
Tin Man,
Catfish Mike, Rube, and all those guys. And then Team Do It is a team just like the OGs from Old Man Night, but it's from the Mason, Nebraska community there. So I know Ronnie Miller and those guys are probably got a little squad together. And then another team named War Paint, Dylan Bearskin and his boys out there competing. And then The Nation, Junior Galvin, usually him and his dad kind of throw a team together. And then Team Go, and Team Go is coached by Ira Rave Jr., Hannah Rave. And those are the teams that are competing in this year's men's league. And to my knowledge, there's two teams that are standing out right now only after a couple of weeks of play. And so Team Warpaint, Dylan Bearskin's team, and then New Breed, Trey Blackhawk's team. I guess those guys are the two top teams. They'll be battling it out, and I believe at the end of the league that they're going to have a big tournament at the end and crown the champion.
That's awesome. Shout out to Whirling Thunder Wellness Center staff, everybody down there running the leagues, and it's important that we stay healthy, get the exercise. It's a good stress reliever. A lot of people are stressed out at this time, you know what I mean? But nonetheless,
it's a good outlet.
Yeah, good job, guys, and ball out.
Yeah, I like going down to watch basketball leagues here in Winnebago on Wednesday nights. I really like going down and watching the games and just sitting back and chilling because most of these teams, at some point in my 23 years of coaching, most of these teams I have young men that I coached before that are playing, and some of these teams are full of them, and so it just kind of, as a getting an older kind of coach, it's kind of good to sit back and kind of watch all these youngsters and see how good they got as they were getting older,
For sure.
Maybe kind of even sit there and say, hey, I taught him that move or something like that, and just kind of fulfilling even years after these guys are out of high school and everything like that. So I want to give a shout out to Whirling Thunder too for keeping this league going. My pops used to run this league back in the day with his youth group, and he used to take the entry fee money from all the teams and the money he made at the door for admission. He'd take that and he would get the youth group. We went to Chicago twice to go watch Michael Jordan play basketball, once against the Knicks and once against the Hawks. And that Wednesday night league paid for that because of the entry fee money that they got and the fundraising efforts that he did back then. And then even today, 2-3 decades later, we're still playing ball in this league on Wednesday night. So shout out to you guys. All right. So topic number 5, upcoming youth tourneys. So not only the Warpath basketball program, the boys 5th through 8th, not only them, but also the younger boys and then the girls programs will all be in action next weekend. We took a couple weeks off, or took like a week and a half off from leagues and tournaments and stuff like that during a holiday break. But next weekend we're going to be back at it, and we will be playing in a tournament up in Sioux City, Iowa at the arena called the New Year's Bash 2023. So if you guys, if you're listeners, if you have relatives, young relatives that are playing basketball on these girls and boys teams, make sure to contact their parents, or if you're the parent, contact the coaches, find out when these games are going to be played. The schedule should be coming out really soon.
Yeah.
So that's just if you're willing to come up and spend a couple bucks, come watch some of the future basketball players that we have coming out of our community.
For sure. Good luck, guys.
Good luck. And then I really for that there I really got to give a shout out over the holiday to the coaches, the coaching staff, and then the parents of all these kids. The kids are the ones that got it easy, and they think they got it hard, showing up to practice and having to run and do drills and this and that. They think that's the hard thing. That's the easy thing. The hard thing is making sure that that they're there, that they have the right gear, travel in the cold, and set up these games and set up the rides and gas money and food and all that kind of stuff. That's the parents and the coach's job, and that's the hard part. The kid just got to show up and play ball. So I want to give a shout out to all the coaches and the parents out there for doing all that stuff and investing your time and your money in these kids.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So next topic, number 6, high school basketball.
Let's go.
It is 3:50 p.m. The Winnebago girls basketball program right now probably have 10 minutes left in their warm-up because they're getting ready to play in the Wayne State Holiday Tournament.
Which is kind of weird. We usually don't have games on Wednesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's either a Friday night, Saturday on the weekend for holiday tournaments or whatever and stuff. And then for some reason, this is a first to have a Wednesday night game.
Well, the crazy thing about it is how often do you have Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve on a Saturday?
Yeah.
And then Christmas Day and New Year's Day on a Sunday.
Pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah. And then at work, you might get that Friday off and that Monday off. And so like this week right here, a lot of people took vacation because they get the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off already. You take Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, 3 days of leave, and then you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off again. You know what I'm saying? That's 11 days.
Too many days.
Yeah, that's
11 days for taking 3 days of leave. So anyway.
We got it all worked out here. This is coaches. That's how you coach right
That's
there.
how you do it. Okay.
Who are you getting into first, the girls or the boys?
We'll talk about the girls.
We're talking about the upcoming schedule.
Okay, no,
For the tournament?
She's putting the bracket up for us. So
let's do it.
You listeners that are out there watching on the Big Voice Winnebago Big Voice Facebook page, just go ahead and check out this bracket that DJ Bessami is putting up. This is the girls bracket right here, and it looks like Winnebago's got that 4:00 game over at Wayne State College against Auburn. And I don't know too much about Auburn's girls team, but I'll talk about the boys team when that bracket comes up. But
do you know the results of this morning's games?
No, I don't actually.
Okay.
But I will. I'll find those out as soon as I get over there this evening. But it looks like if Winnebago wins against Auburn, they will play tomorrow at 7 p.m. And that game will more than likely be over at the Rice Auditorium.
Okay. If they lose,
it looks like their game will be tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. and they will play the loser of the Wayne and Plainview game. So that's the girls bracket. You guys can look at that. If you, I believe it's that same bracket is put up on the Winnebago Public Schools Facebook page and their website. So if you need to look at that bracket again, either take a snapshot of this or you can go into and find it there.
Yep, on the Winnebago Public Schools Facebook page.
So before we go to the next one, I want to say, no, it's okay. Well, before I talk about this one, I just want to say good luck to you girls. Play hard. And you got a whole community behind you. Mm-hmm. So just go out there and represent. Okay. So moving over to the boys bracket. The bracket looks similar with Winnebago playing Auburn for our first game. That game starts at 5:30. That's the one I'm trying to get over to here shortly.
Is these like did they just like draw them out of the hat, or is this like seeded, or is this based on the records, or what do you think?
To me, it looks like they might have drawn them out of a hat.
Okay,
but just set them up girls and boys bracket the same. I don't know. Yeah, I don't, because I'm pretty sure that they're exactly the same except for the times.
Okay,
but it shows there that Winnebago boys games starts tonight at 5:30.
What you know about Auburn?
Auburn, I do know about Auburn. Auburn is the reigning runner-up for the state tournament from last year. So
nice.
Last year's team was pretty good. They got to the state championship game.
Okay.
I'll probably hear a lot more about that game and about their season when I get over to Wayne this evening. So next week we'll definitely break down this tournament, and I'll have the bracket filled out and let you guys all know who won and who lost and all that. hopefully Winnebago can come up here and let's take this championship.
Yes.
So Winnebago already had played Pender, right?
Yes.
And they beat them.
Yes.
They haven't played any of the other teams.
They played.
There's
No,
Hardington.
they haven't
They
yet.
have
There's
not.
Pierce, Hardington, Lawrence, LCC, and Plainview and Wayne.
Yeah, it looks like on this bracket right here, Laurel, Concord, Pender, and
Hardington,
maybe,
Cedar Catholic.
and maybe Wayne that are on our regular schedule. And
So we'll see these guys again.
Yeah, we'll see those guys again. Might not see Pender again, but we will definitely see Laurel, Concord next week.
So it's tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday.
Yes,
Wow.
tonight, tomorrow, and
The 30th.
no,
Wait.
tonight, tomorrow, and Friday.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, because it mixed me up.
Yeah.
For
I know,
Wednesday.
I
Usually
know.
they start Thursdays or whatever,
Exactly. So if Winnebago
It'll be Friday.
wins this evening, they'll play tomorrow night at 8:30 against the winner of Wayne and Plainview. And if Winnebago loses against Auburn tonight, they'll play at 2 p.m. tomorrow against the loser of Wayne and Plainview. So also, ladies and gentlemen, the bracket, the boys bracket, is also on the Winnebago Public Schools website and their Facebook page. So go check that out or screenshot this right here.
Are all the teams in this tournament of the same class?
I don't think so. I think Winnebago, Auburn, Laurel, and Pierce are in the same class. I think. Then Plainview and Pender and Hardington, I think they're in a lower classes. So no, they're
Okay.
not the same class.
Gotcha.
But the tournament seems, it looks really exciting. A lot of good teams in there, and I think just the playoff or the tournament atmosphere at a college gym is going to get the boys playing their best basketball, because that's what we saw last year during when we did the live stream during the conference championship game. That Winnebago just could not miss. They play so much better in front of a big crowd in a big venue like that. So we'll see some.
We want to thank our sponsors for sponsoring that South Sioux City game.
Yeah,
That was-
shout out to
yeah.
the Winnebago Volunteer Fire Department for sponsoring that. That worked out really great.
And if possible, you know what I mean. I know that the community might be requesting. Is there a live stream for tonight?
I don't know. I didn't see
can we
one for
find
the
out from
I
tournament.
will
Coach
check
James?
it out. Yeah.
But
Yep.
I know I was asked many times today, just at the gas station, at the DG, just in passing and stuff. Hey, are you guys live streaming tonight? And I was like, no, guys, we're not. I said, but if we make the championship game,
We did it before.
yeah, if we make the championship game, then
The Lewis and Clark. Remember that? That was dope.
Yes.
yeah, that was great.
We went over there and did that one and stuff. So for sure, we need a sponsor, and we can head out on over there. So
Yeah, so if you're
If-
interested in sponsoring,
yeah.
you can always get with us. So you can email me at bethany.redhorn@winnebagotribe.com. It's BETHANI.redhorn@winnebagotribe.com.
yeah, and that goes for the girls and the boys.
Yes.
For
Yep.
sure.
All right, so we're going to finish up that to talk about the high school basketball. I believe the boys and girls got everybody back for the holiday tournament, so there's no injuries and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what Winnebago can do with the full squad.
I missed last week's episode. I was out of town, and I watched the South Sioux City game. I don't want to reopen any wounds, but I mean, far as like we get to learn from those experiences and
Exactly.
stuff. Did you guys assess that game?
We actually did assess the game. I believe one of the things was is a lot of people seemed like they kind of got their heads down
Oh, okay.
early in the game.
Okay.
And then kind of took a while to wake up.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
then did real good, then got dunked on, and then went down again.
Oh, okay. All right.
Then got back up.
Yeah.
Did real good, got dunked on again.
That's not good. That's not
No,
good. Yeah. I feel
but you know what? But one of the main things I said after that live stream was I just told the viewers, and I told any of the watchers that the boys are going to watch or the coaches are going to watch, put that game behind us. Let's not even think about that game anymore.
Yep.
Like if you sit there and dwell on that game, then you're never gonna get right again.
Oh,
So
yeah.
just forget about that game.
Yeah.
It was a good
You
game.
have to. Yep.
It was a good game. We didn't lose any PowerPoints because they're Class B or Class A school. We didn't lose no points. Just take the loss, forget about it, and let's move on because we got some big games ahead of us.
And if you need somebody to blame, Blame Eugene because he wore red that day. And he was on our commentation team. From here on out, we ain't going to have that. No, I'm just playing.
I know. You just listening to.
Neutral colors.
You just listening to. I will wear a see-through shirt. All right. All right. So to end it up, I'm going to just let everybody know about the upcoming games for the Winnebago boys and girls varsity. After the new year, we're going to pick up basketball right away on January 3rd. And these 3 games are all away games, so you guys, I know that Christmas just got over, but save some of that first paycheck after Christmas money and save some gas because we're gonna be traveling to O'Neill, Nebraska.
Jeez.
O'Neill, Nebraska is a drive, y'all.
Yep.
It's it's over there. It's even past
when
Pierce, I think.
my mom's motherland's over there, so when we go and visit the grandparents and my relatives,
Go through O'Neill?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is a drive.
It's a drive, ladies and gentlemen. So get your suitcases ready. And then a few days after that, on January 6th, we travel up to Laurel, where we play the Bears of Laurel Concord. And they usually have a decent team. Yeah.
Yep.
And Winnebago and Laurel have been having some good battles in the last 8-9 years.
Yeah, we went to that Wakefield game. It was pretty dope. Mm-hmm. That when they went against LCC.
Yeah. Okay, and then on January 10th, kind of bringing it back home a little bit closer, we played Tri-County on the 10th.
Tri-County's Allen, Emerson, and Hubbard.
Yep. And usually they play their basketball games over at the gym in Emerson, so that's kind of a close drive. And then if it's not on a Monday, you can go over a little early and go over to the Iron Horse Casino and get yourself a big fat burger.
For sure.
Yum.
Is January 10th on a Friday? They have prime rib night.
Ooh,
That's a good question.
Saturday,
I'll check for you guys.
January 10th.
January 10th is going to fall on Tuesday.
Okay. All right.
Well, at least it'll be open anyway.
Yeah. Shout out to Iron Horse.
Yeah, and then also shout out to the boys and girls. They're over at Wayne right now, getting ready for those games. The girls are they tip off right now.
Okay, well,
Gearing
we better get
up.
going here. So we're going to end the segment with a real quick word from Coach Q. Winners and losers for the week.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
let's see here. I talked about my winner at the beginning of this broadcast.
Omaha
here.
Nation.
Ooh, almost. No.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I could give them honorable mention.
All right. Gotcha.
Okay, honorable
Gotcha.
mention. But my weekly winner, I talked about this team earlier, is the Hooper, the new guy, Luka, and the Mavericks. So I wanted to make sure and read his stat line again. He had 60 points, he had 21 rebounds, and he had 10 assists all in one game. And then not only that, they call this the win that because they won the game in overtime. They're calling it the miracle win. In the NBA, teams that were trailing by at least 9 points, okay, at least 9 points with 35 seconds left in the history of the NBA, the teams were 0 and 13,884. So out of 13,884 games, no one was ever able to do this. And then Luka was the first one. So now, with that stat line saying trailing by 9 points with 35 seconds left in the game, now it's 1 in 13,884. So they defied some odds last night, big odds.
Dang.
So
Got some money riding on that.
After reading that, I had to choose him as my winners.
There you go.
Them as my winners.
Luka.
Yep.
I like that movie too.
It's
a good
a good
movie.
one. Yeah. It's got a cute storyline with it.
Who's your this week's big winner for the Big Voice Sports Radio Show?
I don't think, unless I did, and you guys put me on the spot and asked me what his real name was. Well, I'm gonna give it to Dak Prescott again because he had 3 touchdowns in that game against the Eagles. So.
Okay. So the new rule here, this is coach here. This is a coach rule. You can't have the same winner 2 weeks in a row.
Last week, my winners were the Winnebago, Avani Wilkie, Precious Decora, and Huns.
Wrestlers.
Yes, and then what was that? There was one more boy, and I cannot think of his name.
Lonzo.
No, it wasn't Alonzo. But Man, I feel bad now. But we did make mention of them last week because they did really awesome with their wrestling.
Yeah.
The Winnebago Scouts, right? Is that what their wrestling team's called?
No, that's the younger group that they're starting.
Okay.
The Scouts.
Yeah.
The wrestling. There's a high school team that she's talking
Winnebago
about.
Indians.
That did real good. Yeah. There's a actually real quick, like before you give your winner of the day, I just wanted to say on about the wrestling. She just now brought up wrestling on the 17th in Pierce. The girls placed 10th. The Winnebago girls placed 10th out of 22 schools. Darian Earth and Precious Decora champed out. They both went, I believe it was 4-0. They both champed out. And then Alonzo Bass finished with 4th place with a 4-1 record. And apparently there's some rules saying that you can't wrestle over five matches throughout the day or something like that. So he got into a playoff with somebody else that was tied with him, and they had to flip a coin.
Dang.
And I think he didn't get the coin, so he got 4th place. Another person got 3rd.
Oh, man.
Ugly, huh?
Yeah.
That's a thumb wrestler or something for it.
Yeah, for something.
So that was in Pierce on the 17th, boys and girls, and there was a girls meet on the 19th this past last week in Southern Lynn, Nebraska, and Avani Wilkie champed out 4-0, and Precious Decora champed out again 4-0, and so I stopped down to visit Coach Tramner just to kind of see what his thoughts are on that and what's happening here in the next couple days or something, next couple weeks. And they were actually setting up a shop in the big gym for a big wrestling meet tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
And so even on the schedule, the Winnebago Public School is hosting the Winnebago Invite, the invitation, and it's a girls tournament tomorrow at the Winnebago School. So if you know any of your family members that are on the wrestling team or friends or whatever, come show out and show your support for like I was talking about earlier about the local student athletes. And Winnebago's wrestling program is about to blow up. So
seriously, I mean it has blown up. Seriously, there's some champions that have been coming out of Winnebago and have gone on to the next level. Yeah, which is really cool. They made headlines and everything. Started with Zariah. Before that was Zagurski.
Coach Tramner actually said, because I said, how many teams are going to be here? He said, oh, Coach, he said, this is like a mini state tournament. There's I can't remember. He said there was a weight class. I think he said 128 or something like that pound. That there's 8 girls in that competition in that weight class that are undefeated.
Dang.
And they're all in 4 or 5 of them are all ranked in the state. So that's what kind of competition they're gonna have at the school tomorrow.
I think wrestling's really interesting as well. Remember when we went to state last year and they have all the numbers up there and kind of broke it down a little bit, and a lot of different elements.
We got
to
to learn the point system and the pins, and then the heartbreak round is it is exciting. If you go to that tournament down at the CHI Center, you'll hear pockets of people just screaming because they got 8 mats down there. So you don't know who they're really rooting for and stuff. But man, I'm telling you, that there's a whole atmosphere. If you have an opportunity, and even if one of our Winnebago players or Winnebago wrestlers go down there, make sure you support them. Yeah, that'll be very nice because it's a whole atmosphere.
Hey, before we stop talking about wrestling and moving on to the end of the show, I saw Darrell Zagurski down there at the school. He was the first wrestler for Winnebago that made the state wrestling meet. Yep. And now he's helped coaching up at the Winnebago.
Oh, nice.
Full circle, bro.
Right.
Full circle.
I love it.
Right. Yeah. We didn't have wrestling in my days.
No, not in our day either.
We had WWF, and then even that changed its name, WWE now.
Yeah, the only wrestling that was going on is the seniors wrestling all the freshmen in the locker room on first day of football practice.
Crazy, man, crazy.
But you know what, Garen? That actually completes the topic list that we had for today. I know we're all talking about this big game between Winnebago and Auburn over at Wayne State that I'm getting ready to go to. I think my ride's sitting outside.
All right.
So just to you listeners, thanks for tuning in. Thank all you 9 people who commented on the Winnebago Big Voice Facebook page, and all the viewers out there. Next week, everybody, just click on our link and share it, and let's try to get more listeners out there.
And then in the beginning, I know you posed the question for the farthest. So Jamie, she had commented, she said pickup game in Canada in 2001.
Ooh, and she's the only one?
Her and then basically, her and Huge were the only ones that had answered the question.
Well, is that Jamie Moore?
Yes.
AKA The Scrub? The Scrub. It looks like you won yourself a t-shirt, girl. Make sure and get a hold of Bethany and Garen up here.
Yes, ma'am.
And get yourself one of these new t-shirts. They are fire.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, call signs and let's head out.
Yep. Thank you for joining us today on Big Boy Sports Talk Show. This is KWTN 100.9 FM.